Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Techno Talks here. So in front of us today we do have two devices. One actually was recently released, the OnePlus 13 and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. And in this video we're going to be doing a speed test where I'll be opening some apps, testing out the RAM management, and also running some benchmarks to go ahead and compare these two devices. So the S24 Ultra, in my opinion, has been the reigning champion on the Android side. However, the OnePlus 13 with the brand new Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset might actually overtake the S24 Ultra. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. Starting off with the specs, the OnePlus 13 does come with 16 gigabytes of RAM with the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, and then the S24 Ultra does come with 12 gigabytes of RAM with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, but it is going to be the 4 Galaxy version, which is a little overclocked, so it is a little more powerful than usual. Also, the test I'm going to be running, we're going to have the boot up test, which really doesn't matter too much. We're going to be doing a fingerprint test and also a face unlock test. Both of these devices do have 2D facial recognition, and then we'll go through our apps, open up some apps, we'll go to close those apps, go back through the apps to check the RAM management, and then finally we will run some benchmarks. So starting off with the boot up test in 3, 2, 1, let's go ahead and see which one boots up first. The S24 Ultra has also been a daily driver for me, so I did actually use this for more than 6 months, and so the OnePlus is a brand new device, so performance may vary as well because the S24 Ultra is not a brand new device and it has been used. It might lag behind it a little. However, as we saw, the S24 Ultra did boot up first. Alright, both of these devices are powered on, so I do want to do a quick fingerprint unlock test. So first we're going to be on the always on display, and in 3, 2, 1. Did seem like the OnePlus 13. Go ahead and do that while it's open. Again, the OnePlus 13. Boom. Trying to get it at the same time. Again, that's going to be the OnePlus 13. So the OnePlus 13 does seem just a tad bit faster. Now moving on to the face unlock. So I'm going to go ahead and raise to wake. Alright, that's going to be the OnePlus 13. Okay, that seems like the OnePlus 13. Go ahead and close it up. Boom, again, very close. However, the OnePlus 13 is just a tad bit faster with the fingerprint and also the face unlock. Now that we've done those tests, I think we can go ahead and start taking a look at our apps. So I do want to start off with our tap apps, where we do have some stock apps, some social media apps, and then we have some shopping apps. We do have some games, and finally we do have our benchmarks. So starting off with calculator in 3, 2, 1. I think that was the OnePlus. Again, with these tests, usually they don't really tell much about these devices, as the devices are very similar at this point. However, if I do miss anything, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Calendar in 3, 2, 1. Alright, that is going to be the S24 Ultra. OnePlus doesn't have a dedicated calendar app. It does use Google's calendar. Clock in 3, 2, 1. That is going to be the S24 Ultra. Camera. That is going to be the OnePlus, and then flipping it around, that is going to be the OnePlus 13. Instagram. Let's see, they are both connected to the same Wi-Fi. And I think that was a tie, if I'm not mistaken. X in 3, 2, 1. Alright, that is going to be... The S24 Ultra did load in the latest apps, however, the feed was loaded up first. All you have to do is click that blue button. So I think that was the OnePlus 13. Groupon. Alright, that's going to be the S24 Ultra. ESPN. Okay, let's see which one starts the video first. That's going to be the OnePlus 13. Amazon. I think that was the same on both these devices. eBay. Okay, that's going to be the OnePlus 13. YouTube. Let's go ahead and see. I think that is going to be the S24 Ultra, but very close. Chipotle. See, I think that was the same on both these devices. And now we can move on to our games. So Smashy Road Wanted 2. I am trying to click these at the same time. Game engine turned on. That is going to be the OnePlus 13. Alright, Temple Run 2. Let's see which one turns on or opens up first. Seems like, oop, very close. Let's see which one says play first. I'm trying to watch these very carefully. And that is going to be the OnePlus 13, just by a very small bit. So the OnePlus 13, I am noticing the animations are very smooth on this device, which is really nice to know, and it does feel very fluid. Asphalt 9. Okay, let's go ahead and see which one loads up first. Very close, very close. And that is going to be the S24 Ultra. It did load into a different feed. However, I think that was the S24 Ultra. Finally, our last game, Dead Trigger 2 in 3, 2, 1. See, oh, that's going to be the OnePlus 13. And clicking play in 3, 2, 1. Let's see which one loads in first. And that does seem like the OnePlus 13. So the OnePlus 13 is just a tad bit faster on a lot of things. And I guess OnePlus has done a great job with this device. I am noticing that it's very fluid, especially in the past day that I've been using this phone. It does feel very nice and smooth. Nothing wrong with the S24 Ultra. S24 Ultra was my favorite Android device of this year, and also my favorite device even compared to the 16 Pro. And so again, this is still a great device. Finally, our RAM management test. Let's go ahead and go through our apps. Usually these apps do stay open. All right. Camera does close up. Oh, so OnePlus did keep it open. Instagram. So far, no reloads, if I'm not mistaken. Groupon. No reloads there. Just refreshing the page. Amazon. eBay. YouTube. Chipotle. And our games. Okay. Still good. Still looking good. Dead Trigger 2, and boom. Alright, so all of our apps were kept open. The RAM management test is successful. Both of these phones did keep all the apps open. I did notice that the OnePlus 13 was just a tad bit faster on a lot of the apps, just by a slight bit, so not really too much of a difference there. So now we can go ahead and close out all of our apps and actually start our Geekbench 6 test. Okay, so in Geekbench 6, I will be running a CPU benchmark, so we'll go ahead and start this. Once this is over, we'll go ahead and check those scores out. All right, the Geekbench test has finished up, so let's go ahead and take a look at those scores. So if we do take a look at the OnePlus 13 with the 8 Elite chipset, we do have a 2965 for the single core, and on the S24 Ultra, we do have a 2172. So not a bad score on the S24 Ultra. However, the OnePlus is definitely crushing it with the benchmark. And then on the multi-score, we have an 8977. For the S24 Ultra, we have a 6665. So I believe that's, if I'm not mistaken, like a 30% increase for both the single and the multi-core on the OnePlus 13. So the OnePlus 13 is definitely a beast of a device. So let's go ahead and move on and actually run a 3D Mark test now. So with our 3D Mark test, we will be doing a wildlife extreme stress test. So if I can find it, go ahead and download it right here and actually run that test. Once that test is over, we will go ahead and take a look at the results there. Finally, both of the tests have finished up. It takes around 20 minutes to finish this test up. While they were taking the test, I actually did touch both the devices, and I did feel that the S24 Ultra was a tad bit hotter to the touch, and the frames on this was a little lower. So let's actually go ahead and check those out. Starting off with the best loop score, we do have a 6,447 on the OnePlus 13 and a 4,008 on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. As for the lowest, we have a 1,738 and a 4,419. So the OnePlus 13 was a lot better with the loop scores. As for the stability, the OnePlus 13 was also a lot better at 68.5%, and the S24 Ultra was at 43.4%. If we do take a look at the test, we can see that the OnePlus 13 did have a pretty stable drop. However, it did go up just a tad bit, and then it did actually stay at the perfect line. The S24 Ultra did vary a little more. It went down, it went back up, so I guess it cooled off a little and then it got a lot hotter, so I'm not really sure about that. But if we do go down, we can see the performance rate right here with the frame rates. And then if we do go down completely, we can see that with the OnePlus 13, we did drop from 93% to 81%. So that is going to be a 12% drop. And as for the S24 Ultra, we only had a 8% drop. So a 4% difference there. The S24 Ultra did drop just a tad bit less. However, the OnePlus 13 did perform a lot better. As for the temperatures, we started at 38 for the S24 Ultra and 35 for the OnePlus 13. We did go up to 48 on the OnePlus 13, so it definitely did get hotter than the S24 Ultra with 46 degrees Celsius. However, it still did outperform the S24 Ultra. As for the frame rates, we can see that 6 FPS to 35 and then 19 to 47. So the OnePlus 13 is definitely a lot better with this benchmark. So as I said, I was watching both these devices and the OnePlus 13 was performing out a lot better. The S24 Ultra was actually getting a little choppy compared to the OnePlus 13. So that is basically going to wrap it up for this speed test. As you saw, the OnePlus 13 is going to be the better performing device. However, in day-to-day usage, I'm pretty sure you won't see a difference with these devices. I've been using the S24 Ultra as my daily driver for around 6 months before I switched to the 16 Pro, and I still do occasionally use this device to test it out and just see some new features. And I can tell you that the S24 Ultra is still a great performing device, but again, there are people that want to see these tests, so I still do conduct them. So that is going to wrap it up for this video. As always, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and see y'all in the next one.